Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Outdoor Outpost. With hunting season coming up, I figured this would be a great time to go over an improvised concealment options for you guys. It's not going to be a ghillie suit, it's going to be improvised. It's going to take 5 to 10 minutes to make. We're just going to use what we see out here to get us nice and concealed. So without further ado, roll that intro. Alright guys, so whenever you're picking up your foliage, if you're doing improvised like we are today, or you're running an actual ghillie suit, you never want to take from one spot, okay? You don't want to kill the area, and you don't want to completely strip it bare. People's going to notice that, and that's what you don't want, okay? Also, don't use tree limbs. I know it seems weird, tree limbs are easy. Very rarely are tree limbs going to be laying on the ground in enough for you to camouflage with just tree limbs. Make sure that you're picking up what's on the ground itself. That's what you want to blend into, okay? So, rule of thumb is don't pick up from one spot, and make sure you're picking up from what's on the ground, not taking off limbs and stuff, alright guys? Alright guys, so what you're going to need with this, you're going to need something green. I usually prefer vines, but there's not a lot of vines here, so I actually had to cut down a green tree, which I don't like doing, guys. But I mean, it is what it is. Try to get something that's dead. Vines will still bend even if they're dead. That's what you want to go with this. A lot better than this. I have foliage from the ground. I got some thorn bushes here. I'm not sure what they're called. Some grass, and then I have some of this. Again, no idea what this is called. It just grows out of the ground. It's sticky. It hurts when it stabs you. It is what it is. But so what we're going to do is we're going to bend this up, okay, into a nice little oval area, okay. Tie it off with the 550 cord, gutted 550 cord, and then we're going to make like a little spider web inside of the branch here, and then we're going to lay a base layer, and then we're going to use the foliage to bring out highlights and cut away from any kind of silhouette that I might be throwing. So alright guys, let's jump into it. Alright guys, so what I did here is I cut off a nice little piece of paracord, and I'm just going to tie these two together with a Canadian gem knot. What happened was the bottom of this was a little bit too stiff for us to bend over itself. It broke, so I just went and got another one that was just as green, just as thin, so we can bend it together, and we're just going to tie them together now with the Canadian gem knot. If you want to come in here a little bit, let me show you guys how it's done. So a Canadian gem knot, right? You want a stop knot, and then you just want to make another overhand knot. Then you go around whatever you want to tie together, send your tail end through, and then you just cinch it down, okay? Make it as tight as you want. And then when you want to take it apart, you just grab the tail right here, right above your stop knot, and just pull. And then it will pop loose. Alright, so there's that, guys. So I'm just going to tie this here, do another one here, and then tie these two together. Alright guys, so what I did here was I didn't like the shape of my oval. It wasn't very oval, so I got a stick, stuck it through the middle. Now you're gonna put this on your back, so your backs are gonna be here. Make sure that this stick isn't just stabbing into you. Also, this is called a Yeti. In case you want to look it up, it's Improvised Ghillie, also known as a Yeti. Okay, so now we're going to take the gutted 550 cord. We're going to take the guts of it, and we're going to make a net, like a spider web, across the interior of this. Okay, so just all the way through here. There's no rhyme or reason, just make a spider web. Strings tied to strings in a chaotic fashion is basically what you want. So alright, let me show you how that's done. You're just going to want to tie some off here. Just simple overhand knots. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate here. And we're going to clean this up here in just a second so it looks a little bit prettier. Simple overhand knot, so we're just going to go in. Let's do this. You're just going to take it right through. Let's go up here now. Let's wrap it around a couple times here so that it stays. And then we're gonna, well, I promise I am an untrained professional, guys. I can do this. There we go. Come down here, tie it off here a little bit. Run it down here, and if you notice, I'm really not any kind of pattern. That's what you want, all right? And then if you notice this is white, you don't want white. White and blacks are not great in while camouflaging. So what we're going to do is this little stream over here. We're going to go and duck this guy and get all this kind of muddy so that it will blend in better with our surroundings, and you don't have whites and blacks popping up all over the place. So, all right, guys, I will cut for now so you don't have to watch this tedious process. So we'll be right back. All right, guys. So I'm down here at the string. I'm just going to take some mud. I'm just going to rub it on these little the guts of the paracord. Just cover up this white. The more you cover it up, the easier this is going to be. All right, guys. Once you get this mudded up, the white's somewhat covered, you want to start out with your base. What I'm using here is just some limbs that, some plants that I pulled out of the ground. They're sticky as hell, but they will work very well. You're just going to weave it. All right, this is why you make the spider web. Just going to take it, just going to weave it through, and just going to keep doing this until you get a nice base. And what the base is going to do is going to give you extra foliage. It's going to allow you to put your highlights in, which is going to be your the grass, the different plants that you pulled off of different areas. That's going to be in your area of operation. So just weave these through, get a nice little base going. If you're using something like this, try to be a little bit careful. If you're in an emergency situation, these are stabbing in the back, suck it up. This, we're going to be a little bit careful. I don't want to be stabbed in the back. So yeah, just make sure that you're facing up and it's going with the way that they grow. Like this, I wouldn't put it down. It doesn't grow like that, it grows up. So you always want to keep that in mind. How does this look? How would it look if I just picked up a piece and put it straight on? That's how it should look, alright guys? Alright guys, so what we're doing here is, we have our base done. Like I said, we got the combination of this dead limb that was just laying down, and then the bushes that we pulled up. Now it's time for your highlights, alright? This is going to be your lighter foliage that, like I said, you just pick up. If you look here, it's not just this. You have the light greens, the dark greens, the browns. So you want that to reflect on this. All right. So you're just going to take off some. You're just going to stab it in here, guys. Just shove it in the way it would lay. Just like that. And you're going to want to fill up these little empty spots the best that you can. Just like that. Just to give it a nice little different patterns, different colors here, because nature isn't just green and it isn't just browns for the most part. Fall, you're going to have more browns, so you're going to want to adjust there. Summer, you're going to have more greens. So that's why you always pull from your area of operations. That's why if you notice with the ghillie suit, they don't usually have the foliage in there right around the gate. So they're going to, whenever you're doing a stock, the ghillie suit, you want to get into your area of operations, and then you start pulling foliage from where you're moving through, where you're doing your stock. There's a saying that says, conceal 10 times, shoot once. And that's true, because you're going to move, and as you move, your foliage is constantly changing, and so you have to constantly change with it. So as you're low crawling, bear crawling, sneaking through, you're changing your foliage constantly, and that's what this simulates is, I need to make something quick, I need to disappear. I'm going to use this really quick, and then as you move through, if you make this good, you can pull off all the foliage, carry it around your back, carry it around your bag, or keep the foliage, and then when you get to a new area of operations, change out. Alright, so remember that. Conceal 10 times, shoot once. The 5 S's of concealment that you're going to want to follow: silhouette, shine, shape, shadow, space. Alright, so what you're wanting to avoid is the shadows, which is your face. That's why anytime you do camo on your face, you want to do dark on the high spots, chin, nose, forehead, cheekbones, lights on your low spots, which is your eyes, chin right here, at the bottom of your lip. Anything that's low, you want to do light so it brings it out. Anything that's high, you want to suck those in. So that's what shadow means. Shape is going to be the shape of your camouflage. Okay, is it a natural shape? Silhouette is self-explanatory. It's your silhouette. The human eye is very trained to distinguish and pick out animals and other human beings. That's why we can identify faces better than we can identify names, remember names. We can remember faces a lot better because our brain are naturally synced to knowing what the human body looks like, what the face looks like, and what you got to do is disturb that. Okay, shine is any kind of shining. Like now I'm sweating and I'm going to shine my forehead, and so you want to get rid of that. That's why good face paint doesn't shine. It's really matte. Again, so if you guys go out to buy face paint, if you try it on your hand, do that and then shine it in the light. If it shines, you don't want it. Get really good matte stuff. And then space is going to be your spacing between where you're going. Like if you have this, if I throw this on, right? Let's say I've been throwing a ghillie suit, okay? And I stand out in the middle of nowhere, let's say right here, where this big open spot is. If I just lay there, no matter how good I am at camouflaging, you're going to be able to see me. That's spacing. Alright, so whenever you're using this, you want to be in an area where there's a lot of this, and preferably a lot of trees, a lot of bushes, where you can blend in there. That way, if you make a mistake, you're still good. A ghillie suit and things like this, it isn't going to make up for a lot of your movements if you don't follow the basics. It's to fix little minor mess ups. Alright, a ghillie suit or anything like this is 30% of what you do whenever you're camouflaging. The rest of it is your movement, how you move, how you smell, things like that, the basic stuff that the 5 S's. Follow the 5 S's, guys, you'll be good. Alright, so I'm gonna take this up. I'm gonna make a strap around it, and I'm gonna put it over the top of my shoulder so I can wear it on my back. And then we'll show you how this guy works. Alright, so this is basically what you want right here. Okay, you can wear it on your back. You can put it on your backpack, and this is going to help you blend in, guys. If you're with hunting season coming up, especially with bow season coming up, this if you want to get a little bit closer, guys, and try to blend in, get low, throw one of these on. Like I said, it doesn't take any time to build. If you don't have a ghillie suit, because they are heavy, you get those together, sneak in. I do apologize when I get to talking about things like this. My military training comes out, so I'll try not to use acronyms and talk about, you know, survivor, evasion, resistance, and escape, things like that, because most people don't do that. But it does work for hunting. It works for a lot of different applications. If you just want to, you know, scare your wife on a hiking trip, do it up. So going over the whole shadows, bring out your, bringing your high spots back, your low spots out. You can use mud. Alright, guys, it does the exact same thing. You're not going to have the color choices, but in a pinch, it works. And it's also a great exfoliator. If you're like me, you have dry skin, it takes care of it in a pinch. It is what it is, guys. So without further ado, we're going to show you how this thing works, and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. Alright, guys, that's basically how it works. Again, you can change up the foliage to the AO where you're operating. If you wanted to take a lot of time at your house and really make this tough, you can use it over time. And then just change up as you go. So this is what it's going to look like, guys, right there. You can add stuff, take away stuff. Just know that when it comes to camouflaging, more is not better. You want to find a happy medium. Again, what I was taught is look at the ground. What does the ground look like when you're looking at it? You want to be, I know, give me a minute. You want to be the ground. Be the ground. That's your goal here. So don't do things that's going to stick out. Emulate what you see in nature. You don't see, you know, oak limbs laying on the ground very often. They don't break. It's just one of those things. Don't use it. If it's not on the ground, don't use it. Alright, if you have a dead limb, it's, you know, use it up, guys. Have a lot of fun with this. Go out and try it, guys. So what we're going to do now is we're going to clean up our area. We're going to clean up where some other people were here and they left a lot of trash. One of the things I tried to do, and I was taught by my dad, leave it better than you found it. So when you go out to the woods, guys, you're camping, don't throw things on the ground. Leave no trace. It's a thing. Pick up, if you see trash, guys, clean this up. We're out here on public lands. It's everybody's land. Take care of it. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what we're doing good, what we're doing wrong, what you would like to see in the future. It helps us make better content for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.